Good morning.
Hey, Seattle.
As always, it's your girls, Jasmine and Shantae.
Welcome to another Thursday morning and another episode of The Way with Jazz and Tay.
We'll be bringing you lots of laughs and class to get you ready for the day and the weekend ahead.
Will it be the way or not the way? Find out and join the conversation. Hey guys, welcome back to The Way with Jazz and Tay.
It's your girls, Jazz and
Shantae. Your favorite people,
Purple
your
people.
favorite purples
on a Thursday morning.
And we've had actually a really good week weather-wise. It's going to be sunny today, tomorrow. It was sunny yesterday.
Hottest day of the week, ladies.
Today?
Sure, why not?
Excited.
Oh, look at that.
I plan to be outside.
Yeah, we plan on going for a walk around the neighborhood on our lunch. And yeah, yesterday I sat out on our back patio for a little bit, soaked up the sun. It was nice.
I think a lot of people are starting to get out. They're getting a little cabin fever, that sort of thing. And low 60s. So that's for the Seattle area, that's perfect for us.
It's
That's
summer.
bathing suit weather.
It is
Right,
perfect.
it's summertime out here.
Before we hop into our recaps of the week, we wanted to give a really quick shout out and big thank you to Hubbard Radio and 1150 AM KKNW family and Benny and Eric and little Eric and big Eric.
Biggie
Oh, they're
and
going to love that.
Lily.
Yeah, Biggie and Lily. Love
We
it.
just wanted to give you guys a shout out because you guys have really helped us keep this thing running. It's business as usual. And you guys have also checked in on us and made sure that we're good and our families are good. And, that we still have jobs. And so we just thank you guys for that.
And we really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. One big happy family. We're all in this together, right? Big
Exactly.
hug. Big hug.
And I really feel that with you guys. So
I just started singing High School Musical.
Yeah.
Aw.
We're all in this together. Yeah.
Yes,
It's totally
Benny.
different with the video now, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, right.
But now that we've given our shout out, thank you guys. Let's let them know what we did this week.
Let's see. We had 2 virtual happy hours.
Ballin'.
One of them was a little more low key, kind of like an icebreaker to the bigger happy hour.
It was let's see if we can pull this off.
Yeah.
How many people can we get? And we probably had 4.
And it was pretty fun. We had 4 people. We did we played a small game, kind of like a little scavenger hunt around the house.
That was a lot of fun, and honestly, I want to do it again with a bigger group because
Yeah.
I want to see what everybody else brings.
And
We'll have to do it for Easter. Easter's coming up.
Yep, we'll do that.
Okay.
And Shantae did the cinnamon challenge.
You didn't.
It was horrid.
Which was really funny.
That was the hottest thing, 3 years ago or something like that?
Yeah, 2016 or something. Yeah,
It took you that long to prepare. Right.
But we had a happy hour on Saturday, which was supposed to take place from 5 to 7. I don't think we got off of Zoom till about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, yep.
4-hour
happy hour.
We had bought a pack of ciders
Mhm.
to play or to drink during this, and we went through all of it.
Because we were trying to keep it low key this way.
Yeah, we
were.
were trying to keep it low
We'll
key
just sip. It's only 2 hours.
because we were doing shots the night before. Well, 6 bottles of cider later.
Oh boy.
My mom joined in on the fun. She called in. We had a few people over in Italy jump on and play with us.
Friends in Cali.
That was really, really cool because we all managed to set that chunk of time out of our day and jump on the call, and it was fun. We played this game called Stay the F Inside. Expletive. Yeah.
And it was definitely a drinking game.
Definitely.
All it was if you've ever been to I don't know.
If you know 3 facts about COVID-19, state them. And if you can't, then you have to take 5 sips.
And all of them were take 5 sips or take 6 sips. So you'd have to take 5 sips and then on the next one have to turn around and take
6.
another sip.
Throwing it back to the old college days for sure.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, man. I was like, whoo.
I'm not built for that. I was come on.
Yeah. But that was really fun. I'm going to say that was probably the highlight of my weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
We've definitely attended a lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of Zoom parties. We also, just on Tuesday, one of our friends had a birthday party via Zoom, and that was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, that was.
What I really love about this time is that everybody is coming together, and I feel like we're all connecting more than we normally do when we're allowed to go outside.
Oh, absolutely.
You haven't had any issues of Zoom bombing yet, have you?
No, not yet.
Have you heard about that, since last week? So last week, Zoom has been getting so popular, of course, with everything happening, and so is Skype. And so there's been a lot of larger meetings, like 100,000 plus people meetings or rooms, and people have been able to get the link and jump in, and they can't control who goes and comes and goes in the room. So now over the weekend, they've really kind of tightened up the security reins on Zoom. So you have to accept those that are coming in.
That is so frustrating.
And it has a password now.
Yeah.
I just think people always try to.
But it's like, we're already going through a hard time.
I know,
people
right?
are already going through it. We're already trying to adapt. And then I'm just going to be that person that, I'm going to go and ruin this really important meeting about coronavirus because I'm bored.
I mean,
I'll defend the hackers of the world. They're bored too, I guess. So
yeah, I was going to say they're bored as well.
I get that, but like, come on.
They're probably working on their skills. They're like, I wonder if I could hack this.
See if I still got it. Mom, get off the line. I got to go hack a room here real fast.
I can't.
That's exactly what's going on.
I mean, it's like, come on, if you're going to hack a meeting, hack something important like White House Zoom meetings or something. I don't know. Hack the Pentagon Zoom meeting.
I'm sure he'd get more attention that way.
I was about to
let's
say,
not do that.
they'd probably be going to jail if that were the case. So that's really been our week. A lot more eventful than the week before, and I don't know. I hope
it's weird how have we been busy all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I mean, because just being in the house and sitting in the house is driving me crazy. So like knowing that I have things to do is making it a little bit better.
On top of that, we had burritos for dinner on Friday. I think it was Friday that we had dinner because Thursday. Well, one day last week was National Burrito Day. So we definitely participated and made burritos, and we kind of actually ended up having Mexican all week. Like we had tacos.
Yes.
We had
bonus.
Yeah.
We love Mexican food in this house.
Who doesn't?
I'm taking a bit of a hiatus.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
At least
comfort.
Oh, because I also had those like birria tacos too. I need to take a chill from Mexican food.
Let's hop into our icebreaker. So we're gonna throw it back. Not really throw it back. We're just gonna take it back to Would You Rather. That's a good one.
It is. It's a constant thing. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Would you rather kiss a snake or a jellyfish?
A snake or a jellyfish, huh?
I didn't know it.
I'd rather kiss a jellyfish because only the tentacles on jellyfish will sting you. If I kiss the top of it, I'll be fine. Snakes are unpredictable.
But there's snakes that have that are safe and some that aren't. So
yeah, but like how many snakes are gonna let you just go up to them and kiss them?
There's garter snakes. There's little guys out there.
Do you have any that people have as pets?
I'm gonna kiss a jellyfish.
I'll do a snake.
Because here's the thing with jellyfish, they just float. They go wherever like the water takes them. They don't really have like brains to like do things, whereas snakes do.
I might actually go with the snake. If I get to like, choose the snake and it's like a controlled environment. Because like you've held a snake before. You could have easily have.
I've held multiple snakes.
Pecked that guy.
Snickers, remember?
I don't remember the name.
That was a snake's name?
Some dude in California, like
What?
we were walking through shopping and he just had this pet snake, and I was like, he was like letting people pet it, and I was like, can I hold him?
I feel it's like some Vegas thing. Like you're walking around Vegas and like, hey, hold my pet snake. That's kind of weird.
It was exactly like
Only in
that.
Vegas.
Okay, I've got a good one. Oh, this is a good one. I'm sorry, I'm just really excited. This is
Apparently.
a really good one. Would you rather be a great dancer or a great singer?
I chose this one specifically because I had my answer ready. I'd rather be a great singer because I love to sing and I can't really. So if I could just have that ability, that would be amazing. I would not shut up. Everybody would hate me. You know, like I already I'm not that great of a dancer now, so I can suffer through not being a great dancer, but being a great singer, man.
Because I can sing.
I can.
Is this for like longevity? Like as far as the body stays active with the age per se, you know what I mean? So like, you know, when you get older, like, okay, Justin Bieber, classic example, right? As far as he was such a baby sound, and now he's full adult, obviously. But over time, he's changed with his music, and it's really kind of flowed with him because it's an obvious thing. Dancing, it kind of breaks down over time. So for me, I would definitely probably stay with singing.
Yeah, I was saying that because I grew up dancing, and I definitely know that after probably 22, 23, it was a lot more work to maintain, you know, certain things and, you know, certain skill levels. So I feel that, but also I know a lot of people who are 10 years older than me who are still dancing with them 15, 16
Really?
year old.
Good for them.
It's just a matter of it's how much you put into it and all that. So I'm going to say, because I can already kind of dance, I'm not great. I'm a good dancer, you know.
Yeah, but how old are you?
Add that with amazing singing, put the two together.
She's Sierra level.
You feel me?
Okay.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
I'm dead.
And then just imagine if you know, Shantae and I got together with our beautiful singing voices, and, you know,
we'd be the next Mary Mary.
Although I have seen a couple of videos of you two ladies doing some choreography with some recent songs.
Are you watching our TikTok?
So I mean, yeah, no, maybe. I mean, they do pop up on some feeds.
Yep.
We are Facebook friends. And on the IG.
Let's see. Okay, would you rather get attacked by a goose and possibly be killed, or get attacked by a great white shark but definitely live?
Goose.
Goose, for sure. For sure.
I could easily run faster.
I think the shock of the great white would kill me alone.
Can I ask you a question? Are geese known to kill people?
No, but they're pretty vicious.
Over time. They just peck
I'm
away
just
at
imagining you getting pecked to death by
That's
a
what I
goose.
was just thinking.
How embarrassing. Well, you know, so what happened? How did it pass? Well, you know, the goose got her eyes.
She was pecked to death. She was pecked to death.
Oh, that's a good one. That's funny. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine, because I already have a fear of just swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
Let alone having a little shark come up.
I wouldn't handle well with that.
It's all thanks to Jaws. It's all thanks to Jaws.
Water might get me.
I mean,
yeah,
come on.
Oh yeah, you can't swim very well.
I'd be I'd just be yeah, it would be a mess.
Oh, this is a good one to think about. Would you rather be able to remember everything you see, or remember everything you hear?
Ooh.
Right.
We've got so much already that we've involved in and on board so much. So that's kind of hard. If you were younger, that'd be a little easier.
Because I feel like everything I hear, I have a hard time hearing things and retaining it. Whereas if I see something, I'm probably gonna see it again, or I'm more likely to probably see it again. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I'm trying to think everything that I see.
I'm probably gonna go with everything that I hear.
I think
I'm gonna do hear as well, because visually some things you just can't get rid of.
True. And that is very true.
Thanks also for what's going on with with COVID-19, all that. Our first responders, I mean, all those people, and they have to see so much and react so quickly. I feel there's more of a mental game there that would be harder to, get rid of versus hearing. Because, I mean, I hear stuff all day long here, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, tomorrow I'll be like, oh, I don't remember what they said on the air. You know
That's true, because seeing stuff can...
It's burned in, I think, just a little bit deeper.
I think we took it there. But that is so factual.
Mm-hmm. That'd be me. I'd rather hear.
I don't know how to answer this. I think I'm gonna piggyback with Benny, like hearing, even though I don't think I'm thinking of it as like a learning or like a retaining thing.
That's how I was thinking.
And me, period, it wouldn't be everything that I hear. It would be because I'm more of a visual, do it type of person.
Same.
Like I have to do something in order for it to kind of stick. And so I'm like, I don't think I'd be remembering too much if I'm basing it off my hearing. But yeah, maybe everything that I hear, because taking that part, like you see some things that are not worth like having to remember. And
yeah, very good point.
All right, that was a lot of fun.
That was
another one.
Let's do a quick one, and then we'll jump to our a break.
Okay.
All right, you got this one.
Would you rather be able to lie and no one ever knows, or able to tell when someone is lying?
Ooh. I think I got mine. I would love to be able to know when other people are lying.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Almost had a slip up.
Almost, yes, absolutely.
But, because this can go even with just like innocent things, or even just like work. I'm thinking like work wise, it's like, hey, look over this. Let me know if you have any pointers or things like that. And people can be nice and like, oh yeah, that looks great. And then go and tell their supervisor like, hey, yo, she's not getting this. I don't know what to do. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would rather someone be truthful with me up front, because you're probably going to hurt more of my feelings when I find out that you've been lying to me about it, rather than what you're lying to me about,
Yeah, I'm thinking of this just like on a human level, making connections with new people. Like, I feel like people be lying.
Always, though.
Like, I'm thinking of men specifically, like dating. Oh gosh, I would just love to be able to look into their eyes and be like, this is bullcrap.
Ooh, you're lying.
And the lie detector detected that was a lie.
Yeah.
That would just be awesome. Like, to not have to listen to some of the crap that you're fed. Like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
This is all not real.
It's always
you were
like
not that good. I was better.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I agree. And honestly, like, I try to lead a relatively honest life, and I understand that sometimes you lie to people because you're protecting them, or you are, but at the end of the day, I'm all about, like, I would very much rather have the truth than deal with the truth.
I feel like people say that they're protecting people when they lie, and I just think that
they're protecting themselves.
Lie. Yeah, they're protecting themselves.
No, I'm right.
It's like, yeah, it might hurt the person's feelings, but I feel like you mainly you're afraid to have to communicate or be vulnerable or honest.
Right.
Like, literally, you're just afraid to be honest. That's
right.
all you're protecting yourself.
Nice.
People can handle the truth a lot better than we give them credit for.
Thank you. That's very true. Because you don't know until you give them that space, that opportunity to react to something.
Exactly.
Like that. Come on.
Yeah, give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe.
Maybe.
Sometimes.
And on that note, we're going to jump into a quick break. Don't forget to tune back in. You're listening to The Way with Jazz and Tay. Welcome back, guys.
Hey, guys.
So before we headed into our break, we kind of did our icebreaker, Would You Rather? And we had some thought-provoking ones this week that kind of made us stop and think. And I liked that.
I always appreciate the ones that kind of make us think a little harder than normal.
The ones that you can't just answer immediately. Yeah. So thanks for that. Tay provided those ones. So thank you for that, Tay.
So as we've been doing weekly, we're going to hop into a really quick coronavirus health update, you guys. We just think it's really important in this time to keep each other updated on what's going on in our lives, each other's life, and in the community. Not much has changed. Not much has changed. We're still under stay-at-home order.
Yeah.
I think now the CDC is actually asking that if you go out in public, that you wear a cloth face mask or some kind of face protection, so that you don't spread germs. And then also last week, this happened. I'm pretty sure last Thursday, Jay Inslee extended our stay-at-home order till May 4th. So it was the end of April.
It was supposed
and
to
now
be,
we're going into May. So it's looking like it's going to extend even further. I'm hoping that we nip this in the bud by May, but it's also going to be up to us to stay inside.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people really need to start listening, okay? Because that's not the business.
Yeah.
It's not the way.
I went out to the grocery store this week, and I had nice Benny.
I'm protecting myself, just making sure.
Benny
We're staying safe around here.
Sporting his beautiful black face mask.
Yes.
I actually gave a couple to my kids, and they love it. I mean, they really do, because they think they're little ninjas too. So
Right.
Why not have fun with it? You know, pass some time.
I went to the grocery store this week, and I was really surprised. Like, I went with a face mask and gloves on, but I was actually floored and just kind of like shocked at the amount of people that weren't wearing any face protection, and then throughout the store who weren't practicing social distancing.
Yeah.
So, like, people were just walking up on you, grabbing stuff from behind you, and I'm like, first of all, come on.
Yeah, like there's things that you can do if you're not going to cover your face and your hands, and it's just like it's the bare minimum at this point.
Yeah,
just have some respect, guys.
I think that's kind of what it is like, have respect for the other people. Like, you see me taking my measures to stay healthy, and then you roll up on me like this isn't happening.
And regardless of how you feel or what your views are or whatever, blah blah blah, like, this is a thing that businesses, governments, states, cities are all saying and doing. Like, I don't really care at this point what you believe or what you want. we all need to get on board here and just start following directions.
Like, this isn't fake. This isn't we're not trolling.
Yeah.
I would suggest, though, too, don't be afraid to, even mention when people, like what you were saying, is people coming up on you quickly and kind of invading your bubble, so to speak, your space. Just be like, excuse me, just give me a second. I'm just trying to, respect the social distancing atmosphere. And, you see it all over on the floors, all the tape and boxes you have to stand in. And,
and
so,
I've seen things go, like, I've seen it go both ways, where it's like, there was like these two people who like lived together, and they happened to go on a walk, and like people on the walk they encounter on the walk was like yelling at them for like not social distancing, or was like threatening to like I'm gonna call the police on you. And it's just like, we live together. Like, what do you? Let's walk in a straight file line.
Yeah.
And like, it's one of those things where it's like, I understand the concern all at the same time, but you don't have to like be verbally abusive.
I think that people should mind themselves and worry a little bit less about like if you see two people walking down the street not social distancing, they probably live together, or like, what I'm saying, taking care of each other, see each other all the time.
Now if there's 4 or 5 of us,
if you see like right,
there's a group of us, like, we've got no business being together.
But I just think it's more about like, make sure that you're doing what you need to do to stop the spread and for you to stay healthy. But enough of that, because we could go on. People are annoying. Schools, it was announced this week that schools are officially done with going to the physical schools at this point. So school's out, but
school's out for summer, y'all.
They will be doing, I don't know if it's mandatory, but they will be doing online learning at this point.
Okay.
Yes. So
yeah, we've already been doing that for the last month, it seems like. And then, we heard the information. It's like, I guess we'll just continue on. Still feel bad for some of the kids, though, especially when you look at seniors. They don't have much of a graduation, and there's a lot of athletics that are involved, too. Like, where does that season go? Because a lot of this is the, preparation for their collegiate careers or even professional careers. And so they've got to manage things. So there's a lot on their shoulders. And even for my little guys, they're in 3rd grade, which is, for me, that's pretty big. For them, it's probably like, whatever. But, they're missing their little friends, too. So, there's a lot involved.
I actually called my mom on the day that was announced, and my little brother, I was like, so you're not going back to school? Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. And he just looked so sad. And my mom was like, he's going to miss his friends though. We've already established that. And I was like, right.
And like us and like you, it's the routine. You know, a lot of kids get used to that routine of getting up, going, breakfast, they're going to school, see their friends, doing their all routine again, playground, back again, and then home. So,
So with your kids, are they done, or are they continuing? Like, is that a school by school thing? Is that a district by district thing?
I'm in the Renton district, so we're still already doing online learning process. We have, what's called iReady. It's a program that's actually purchased by the school. So they're already doing that. We also have the teachers still sending us other little projects they can do. We check in with, what is it? Seesaw, I believe is the program where you can upload videos and, from your progress from the day of like reading something from books, and other kids can comment on it. So it's like their own little Facebook, which is pretty, virtually interactive.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they've closed school.
Right, so
they're still learning. So they're just not going back to their school.
Got it.
It's just
so
online,
they'll be doing that until the end of the school year.
Correct.
Because there's all maybe a month left for a lot of people.
Correct.
A month or two left, and by the time the stay-at-home order, there'll only be 4 weeks left in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's that's okay. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I wasn't sure if it was canceled, or if they were got, but I understand now.
No, they're just not physically going.
They're just not physically going to the school.
Which I think that was my understanding. So that's why I think I'm confused that it's just now officially no, we're not allowing it now.
I think what it was one, they were trying to see what it looked like to have these kids go to school online for a month.
Okay.
Is that even feasible? Because for a lot of people, like we said in the beginning, a lot of people don't have the resources or the money to do that, Wi-Fi, all these things. And they tried it out, and so the schools that did it, and it worked fine. And now that we know we're not going back, or we're not going to be able to resume normalcy until May 4th, it doesn't make sense to be we're going to try and get them back in school, because we all know as soon as you think that it's let up, we let people back outside and it comes back tenfold.
Right. Even an additional little hiccup for some families, they can't really afford the top of the line equipment to get online, with computers and phones. A lot of the parents may still be going to work, and that means kids are left back behind, either being helped by someone else, and they don't have those tools to go online to help while their parents are away, So there's those other factors, and even food, the meal programs, those are still going on at those schools. And so you need to just check in with, your local districts and see who's got them going on and so forth like that too. So,
well, thank you, Betty, for that. Actually,
Sure.
That's really helpful insight. Neither of us have kids. I don't really have anyone that's immediately directed, that's connected to me, that's affected by that with kids. So that's helpful information and insight.
I mean, you could text Megan. That's where I get all my information from. I'm like, dang, you guys are going through it over there.
Yeah, and that's also the stress that the parents are dealing with, on top of their jobs, and that's changed from going in to being at home, and you have to manage the home life on top of your work life, and it's piling up, and a lot of parents are kind of, they're just managing it in a different level. So
right. I think it definitely depends on the work that the parent does as well, because my mom, she's like, I'm actually quite enjoying it. We might continue homeschooling after this. I was like, interesting. It's working out for you guys. I'm hearing a lot of different opinions or perspectives on that. So April 7th was actually, and this is just a random tidbit, April 7th was actually World Health Day. And the theme for this year was support nurses and midwives. And so I just wanted to take this time to shout out all the nurses and doctors on the front lines of this thing, risking their lives and their health and safety to, be there for us, do their jobs, but be there for us and help us to fight this thing. I know a lot of doctors are getting sick, and it's really unfortunate, but I think that we need them now, and we appreciate them. Yeah. And any nurses out there listening, any family member who are nurses or doctors, thank you guys.
Yeah, really, because you really are putting your lives at risk. That's really scary to think about. And
absolutely.
I couldn't even imagine if I was in your guys' position and just having this grow the way that it is. And you guys are very brave. It's an honorary thing that you guys are doing. So Thank you. And that's why y'all went to school for as many years as y'all did.
And one last thing I wanted to touch on that happened this past week. I actually don't know when. Okay, so many of you guys have probably heard about Captain Brett Crozer. He's a captain in the Navy. He was on the USS Theodore Roosevelt, which is a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. And I'm not sure when he wrote this letter, but he wrote a letter and basically said, "We are drowning out here. We need help." So essentially, a bunch of the sailors and crew on this aircraft carrier got sick with coronavirus. They were kind of they were drowning. They needed help. They didn't have the resources. They needed more test kits.
Yeah, not like drowning. Like if the boat wasn't going down.
They weren't drowning.
Yeah, okay. I know you're just using
that's-
that for
they
choice
weren't
of
drowning,
words,
drowning.
but
They were
right.
just kind of like up to their necks in cases of coronavirus. They needed more testing kits. They needed somewhere to dock.
It was a major health issue there on and it's a floating city. I mean, it's basically that's what it is. It's a floating city.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they basically said, you should have kept your mouth shut and fired the man. They fired him for being a whistleblower, is what's being said. I think that that's very interesting, especially because right now I feel like it's weird. I said in the beginning, people are coming together, but also we seem to have like a bit of a human problem. It's like, oh, if you have it, don't say anything.
Yeah. And that's exactly what the problem is. It's like, as soon as we know about it, it needs to be talked about because of how clearly we see how fast this can spread, you know?
They thought that he was negligent for even letting it get as out of hand as it was, but I don't think on the size of this aircraft carrier he could have really
what was he supposed to do?
I think it was probably one of those, once one person had it, it was kind of a domino like trickle effect.
I bet.
But that's what's happening
from in a confined space.
Yeah. But that's what was happening in our backyard up in Kirkland at the retirement center. It's basically where it started, and then everyone's like, okay, we got a hold of it. We need to kind of like batten down the hatches and all that. And sure enough, then boom, someone in New York popped up with it, and it's like, there you go. So that's just the ball.
It was just like an impossible and unfair situation, and he's had to deal with the consequences of it.
However, many people aren't standing for it. He was actually applauded when he was dismissed.
Yeah.
As he was leaving the aircraft carrier. And I also found out that he has actually also himself tested for coronavirus.
I bet.
He has since been.
Yeah.
So,
I hope he's getting the best, most absolute care.
I think it's unfortunate, but, I think hopefully on the other side he'll come out of it. And,
me too. I would hate to have him succumb to this.
On a better end of it, like with another job.
There's so many factors I think that you're battling there is for the political status,
absolutely.
Your rankings, all of those things come into factor. His orders probably been given. He's got higher ups and everyone. Well, our chief and commander. You're trying to plead, and deal with his antics. So
it looks bad on everybody. So like if there's somebody above him and he's the one that was like, hey, we kind of need some help, and they didn't know about it, that he broke the chain of command by doing that. But still,
he did the humane thing.
Exactly. He did the right thing.
Right. He did the humane thing. He did the right thing. So
yeah. It'll be talked for some time. Sure.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was our coronavirus health update for you guys this week. Those are some things that have happened in the past week. Again, not so much. I'm hoping that next week we get to say, we've figured this thing out.
We'll see, guys. Let's keep on keeping on.
I'm just trying to say as positive as possible.
Let's keep those dreams alive, guys.
But we're going to roll right into our hot topic. And we're going to revisit something that we talked about last week.
Because we've managed to actually finish this bad boy.
Yeah, you did.
We did.
Hang on. One second. Here you go.
Woke up this morning with the sunshine in my eyes. All the clouds are gone.
He's kind of got a good voice. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you can produce it up. You can produce it up pretty decent.
I'm like,
So for those of you who haven't caught on yet, we are talking about Tiger King, aka Mr. Joe Exotic.
Yes, Mr. Joe Exotic.
Yes. I've got like 3 hot words here: sequins, fires, and music videos.
You're dead on.
You're
Dead on.
So what kills me most about this guy Joe is that, like, you know, when you can tell that when he's shooting like a special scene or something, you know, he dresses up and he puts on these hideously tiger print colorful sequin
Oh, not to
shirts.
him. Not to him.
Right. No, sorry. They're beautiful, you
Thank
know,
you.
and they're always low cut, you know, you can see his chest, right? But then you go up to the rest of him and he's wearing his dirty, like, trucker hats, you know, like I was like, dude, it's so funny how, like, you went for this pretty shiny look and then you've got this hat just dirty, wrinkled, covered in mud. Like,
I think he's trying to make his own thing, you know, like
Yeah,
this
exactly.
hat,
I don't know, I
sequin-
feel it. And it just, oh my God, it totally kills me. And I love his, he always comes back to how good looking he is, you know.
Yes,
You know, I'm a good looking, you know,
'cause I'm
redneck.
good looking.
Yes, and you know, if there's nothing that you take out of this, guys, it's you need to be as confident as Joe is in everything that he does.
I thought
What were you gonna say?
if you take anything away, he is not that good looking. He's a confident man.
I love.
Everybody should have the confidence level of Joe Exotic.
Yes, I love the confidence level that he has. What also I've come to, like, kind of appreciate is that he's always wanted to be famous. Throughout this, they talk about, you know, he's got this weird energy, you know, he went really crazy when they proposed this idea of having him sit on, like, this throne as, like, the Tiger King. He got all, like, power hungry, like, you know, so he really wants to be famous and well known. And here we are now, like, people are making TikToks using your likeness. You know, people have been photoshopping themselves.
You did it, Joe.
Onto him.
This is for Joe. Free Joe. Free Joe.
You're famous, Joe. You are famous. You made it.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Right.
Hey.
I mean, for those of you that know, he's in jail. So, like,
Free Joe.
it's a scale here that's a little unbalanced. Yes,
I'm
you are
screaming Free Joe.
But yes, people really are screaming Free Joe. A lot of people are screaming Free Joe and throw Carole in there because they got the wrong one.
I think throw everybody else that was in the documentary in jail and let Joe out.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
everything was so crooked.
So here's the thing, though. Let's be honest. Joe is not innocent.
Absolutely not.
Joe definitely, like,
he's not clean.
no. However, I don't think he needs to be in there for the next, like, 80 years.
He is not as dirty as the people who are out, one. And two, I think that he is like the innocent bystander. Like, if all the people involved in the documentary were like, oh, we're gonna get a deal and lock Joe up.
Okay, yes,
Joe was
right.
the one who needed to be cutting deals with
Exactly.
the FBI, not anybody else, because all of them, I was like, how are they not in jail as well?
All of them got smart and were like, oh, pointing fingers.
They were like,
immediately.
it's Joe, get Joe so that I can stay out of jail.
But yeah, man, you know, there was a huge fire and it was right in the middle of, like, his feud with Carole Baskin and their, like, lawsuits and all that
Well, the
stuff.
fire was to the TV studio and the production house that was doing his show.
And there was alligators in it.
Yeah, so there was a lot of kind of like step over, kind of plot thickening. Was it on
Right.
purpose? Was it, you know?
Exactly.
I think Joe
So-
did it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you know he
Or had
did.
somebody do it.
You know he
I-
did.
Oh,
Absolutely. That was too convenient.
Well, there was things that were going to be used in court or subpoenaed.
Incriminating evidence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and mysteriously it caught fire.
Right.
And then he went on a
Right.
campaign to go get money to build it back.
But, like, I feel like that's Joe in general.
Totally.
Like, that was his thing. He was like, oh, so I've got incriminating evidence against myself, burn it.
Yeah, right?
And I'm like, dude, you seem guilty. Why would you burn something if
Yep.
you've got nothing to hide?
Yeah.
So like definitely not clean, but let's just like switch gears to Doc Antle really quick.
Yeah, let's not forget about
Please
him.
not forget.
Nobody is talking.
We did not forget.
Nobody's talking about him, and he needs to be up there right with Carole.
Let's just say, first of all, I don't think anybody's forgotten about Doc Antle. I just think that Doc Antle thought he was quiet enough during the documentary to not catch anybody's eye. But we have questions about the underage women / cult you got going on.
No, the cult with underage women that you have going on.
There you go.
That's how we need to
some
we
of
need
them
to
are
call
under,
it what
not
it is.
all of them are underage,
True.
you know, because they're aging up.
True,
They
true.
stay there for a long time.
Like most do when you're in a cult.
The
It's his harem.
unnecessary
He likes his
plastic
harem.
surgery being had just so that they can have time off of work. You're not giving folks breaks. That's illegal. Also, at the end, you're cremating cubs. Like, I'm over it. Doc Antle, I want your head on a platter, and that's all I have to say.
Oh, wow.
It's a figure of speech.
Okay.
I want him in shot. I want him in up.
There's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on.
I want him served up. Yeah, like I can't believe that we really focused on Joe and the fact that he's just kind of not a smart criminal.
No.
And like Doc Antle is running a whole like, I don't even know what's going on over there, but the fact that he seems untouchable bothers me.
And he's just sitting so happy about it too, like
Yeah.
smug, just smug.
The whole documentary, he'd be like, oh, I'm not going to say too much. I'm like, yeah, because if you say too much, somebody's going to be like, well, now this dude over here,
Right.
let's ask some questions about what he's got going on.
We do want to point out that we received news that they're going to do a follow-up
And a reunion show.
and a reunion.
Wow.
So yes,
It's going to be a hot dumpster fire mess.
Yeah,
What
but it's going
I'm
to get a lot of
hoping-
ratings.
right. I'm really, really, really hoping that they do press Doc about what he's got going on.
Absolutely.
I want them to kind of back that Jeff guy. I want them to back him into a corner because
Jeff
he's
is a piece of work.
a lot of work.
Don't get me started on Jeff.
You guys are getting worked up about this show. All
Jeff
right. All right.
Jeff was like Joe, in which they both thought they were too smart for their own good,
Mhm.
and Jeff just ended up working it a little
He
bit
just
better.
outworked
Right?
Joe.
He did it a little bit better than
He was
Joe.
quicker than Joe on the thinking. See, I think that Joe would have never cooperated with the FBI, but like Jeff was like, well, I can't go back to jail, so I'm cooperating. You snitch.
And
Actually, is he even a snitch? I think the whole thing's made up.
you think so?
I think.
Oh yeah, I don't want to talk about that quite because for those of y'all that haven't seen it, there's one nugget here that we're leaving out because we want y'all to watch it. But I think they fabricated the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it's fake, and I think that Jeff should also be in jail, sitting right next to Joe.
And at this reunion or like at this follow up, I really want them to press Miss Carole.
Absolutely.
I want her to get caught up, and I want her to get nervous, and I want them to ask about the case, and I want her to admit. Well, she probably won't admit it on the show, but
Let's get a lie detector test in there.
yes,
Let's get Mari on it.
just to make it,
No, it's just
an unofficial lie detector test.
I need an interrogation. Like, I want an episode of just her being interrogated, because the fact that they never even really questioned her there was never really any case, because he just disappeared and they had no leads. And I'm like, I just feel like they didn't try.
Because here's my thing: anytime a wife goes missing from a husband and wife situation, they always look at the husband first. You know, why didn't they look at
Every
her?
episode of Snapped,
You
they
know,
always look at the wife first. They always look at the person closest to it first.
she probably paid off the local authorities to look the other way.
Ooh,
I know, right?
That's
I said
a theory. I like it.
You two are
All
so
right,
worked up about this. I love it.
I've
Okay.
just never been so upset with a lot of humans. Like, I was like, wow, and I'm watching it, and everybody's just dirty, and I don't know whose side I'm on. But free Joe.
Free Joe. So that wraps up the hot topic. We've got another one that we started yesterday that kind of had us hooked. And it's called
100 Humans.
And they do like a bunch of experiments, men, women, or, age related, but it all using the same 100 humans. So we'll talk more about that next week. But
Do we want to touch on
oh yeah, we've got a major political update, guys.
We just really wanted to touch on this really quick before we jump into another break. Yesterday, Bernie Sanders announced that he will be suspending his presidential campaign.
Oh, you guys.
And so all Washingtonians are just distraught, sad, sick about it. Except for Shantae. I'm joking. There's probably more Washingtonians that are like, oh, that's good for me. But like, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I never thought that Bernie had a chance.
It's to be honest,
it was 2016 all over again.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed in 4 years. If anything, we've regressed.
Unfortunately,
We've not made progress.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know why we thought Bernie would be. I mean, like everybody was like, we can't let Trump win again. But I just don't know that why we would think it would.
I know Bernie. It's like if you don't want him to win again, then y'all would have done a little bit more to get where we are. And it's unfortunate that there was a lot of better Democratic candidates that could have made it this far if y'all would have woken up a little bit earlier.
This was how it was always going to go down.
Though. That is true.
Like, let's just be, this is how it was going to go down. It was going to be, if as soon as Biden said he was running, it was going to be Biden and Trump, and that's it. And honestly, Bernie, I'm sorry. Everybody loves you. We love what you got to say. You're the people's president.
Yeah.
But you were never going to go up against Trump. And if he did, he wasn't going to win. And that's just factual.
Yeah, I hate to say it too.
We've done this. We quite literally did this 4 years ago.
Yes.
Hillary was the number 2, and she didn't win. So it's like, at this point, what I need everybody to do is get on Joe Biden's side.
And that's the biggest part, is like, y'all need to suck it up. Don't throw a fit about, I'm just not going to vote, or I'm going to write in blah, blah, blah. Don't do that nonsense.
Yeah, we're not playing.
That does nothing but hurt. And if anything, that's just taking away votes and giving him more, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
And that's what we don't need.
I'm just letting you guys know now. I'm ready to go. Very like militant. Like, I'm ready to throw hands if I hear no voting and I'm hearing people writing in some crazy stuff. Get behind it, because
yes,
Trump can't be president again.
Like the last election, Harambe had some.
That was some
stupid
nonsense.
Y'all are idiots.
That was some nonsense. We're not doing that again. Okay. Yes. So that's what we wanted to update you guys on. I am really sad to see it. But I also think that in this time where we've got so much uncertainty going on, who even knows? Like, there's a theory that we may not even have elections in November.
Oh my gosh! Because of all of this, because
like,
of
think
coronavirus.
about it. Like, wouldn't that just be kind of like Trump's MO? No, sorry. Let me not talk about this man like this. But like, would that not benefit him to be like, the pandemic's just kind of running rampant. We're gonna
postpone the
elections.
I wish you would.
Stay woke, y'all. Okay, that's my theory.
And on that note,
before we get into a really quick recap with you guys, we would love to take another 2 to 3 minute break. Thank you guys for tuning in. You're listening to The Way. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back. That was a very quick break. Thank you guys for tuning in.
We're going to get into a really quick recap. So, our weeks, The Way.
Absolutely. We had
virtual happy hours.
Way too much fun.
Yes. Get to know your people. Learn new technology. Don't be afraid to try something new. It's a lot of fun.
Pick up a new hobby.
Would you rather?
The Way. Always.
Absolutely.
This one was really good. Thought-provoking. I'm definitely saying The Way all the way.
Sorry, coronavirus health update. I forgot. I was like, what do we do next?
Coronavirus still not the way.
Right.
Keeping the people informed. The Way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic, Tiger King, the show.
The Way. Like, it's The Way. Thank you. Thank you.
I had
I
to get
think
that
that
in
this
there.
needed to be exposed on a very large scale level, and it has.
Yes.
And I'm like happy that we know about this because
Same.
I'm like, let's go get them.
And I'm excited that, like, you know, hopefully maybe it brings more awareness to, like, the whole tiger.
Right, the big cat situation, because like tigers are going extinct, first of all.
And there are more here in captivity than there are in the wild.
Then that bothers me. That alone. We didn't even get to that part. But yes. Tiger King is the show the way.
All the way.
Free Joe Exotic's the way. Bernie dropping from the presidential campaign.
Not the way.
And we're obviously sad about it,
But again, you guys, wake up, pay attention. Please think about the greater good.
absolutely.
That's all I got to say about that. And that's always going to be the way.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We hope you guys stay safe and healthy out there.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
As always, thank you so much for tuning into The Way. Catch you next week, same time, same place. Follow us on Instagram at The Way Jazz and Tay and on Twitter at The Way JT. Don't be afraid to DM us if you have any questions or suggestions about the show. Until next time, bye. Peace.